$2,800 slipped through my fingers because a train ran late. The ticker was a lithium mining company called Andes Minerals, trading at 9 cents per share. I discovered the company through a handwritten note tucked inside a returned library book. The borrower had scribbled Andes could triple on the checkout slip. I was 59 years old, employed as a crossing guard at a railroad junction where freight trains clanked past every 90 minutes. My vehicle was a 1988 Ford Festiva with a missing driver's side mirror and a trunk that never fully latched. I had accumulated $6,500 over 18 years of holding a stop sign and dodging gravel spray. I purchased $3,200 worth of shares at 9 cents, acquiring 35,555 contracts. The trade executed at 7:44 a.m., just as the warning bells began ringing for an eastbound coal train. For 5 weeks, the stock crept upward to 14 cents. My position grew to $4,977. I refused to exit. A boiler pressure gauge in the crossing guard shack had begun leaking steam, hissing each time I poured coffee. I was preoccupied. Then Argentina changed its mining royalties. The country hiked rates by 12%. Andes Minerals dropped to 5 cents in 3 days. I held. It dropped to 3 cents. I sold at 2 cents, receiving $711. Loss, $2,489. The library book checkout slip remains inside the back cover of a mystery novel no one will borrow. The boiler gauge was replaced last winter. The Festiva still carries a trunk that pops open over speed bumps. In the weeks after the loss, I found myself staring at the railroad tracks longer than necessary. A conductor named Delroy waved at me each afternoon. I stopped waving back. My wife noticed the silence at dinner. She asked about my retirement fund. I told her it was fine. The lie tasted like burnt coffee. I started walking the tracks after shifts, picking up discarded spikes and bolts. One afternoon, I found a rusted token from a defunct rail line. I put it in my pocket next to my keys. That token now sits on my nightstand. A reminder that some things derail without warning. I'm not a normal person. A normal person would have sold at $4,977 and bought a new jacket. I stood in a leaking shack, watched a currency evaporate, and now collect railroad junk. Watch the next story while you're still not normal.